Mystery man, who are you? This is weird. This is weird, friends. This is weird. Jeffrey Epstein case involving Mike Cernovich, the Miami Herald. Kind of a weird headline. Who would ever thought? Mike Cernovich is in a lawsuit with the Miami Herald. But the case is getting weird. I'll tell you why, and I'll jump to the good part. Took 3 years of litigation. The Court of Appeals said, we're going to give you the records. And then at the 11th hour, a John Doe files a brief, an amicus curiae brief, saying he wants the records to remain sealed. So I'm a lawyer. I look it up. His attorney is a former attorney for Mueller and James Comey. Okay, you read that correctly. The man who wants to keep the records sealed in the Jeffrey Epstein lawsuit hired former attorney for Robert Mueller and James Comey. You can read it right here. Nick Lewin worked for a decade as a federal prosecutor and a senior FBI official, including as a special counsel to Mueller and Comey. So what does this mean? I don't know. And to be honest, nobody really knows. It's very bizarre. This is all unheard of in litigation. So mystery parties seek secrecy in Jeffrey Epstein related suit. Two mysterious litigants citing privacy concerns are making a last-ditch effort. A man filed a complaint saying that he was identified in the lawsuit, or he's identified in the records, and he shouldn't have his name be known publicly. If you're watching this and you're saying, what? If you're watching this and you're saying, what the heck? Join the party. I don't know what it means. My lawyers don't know what it means. I'm a lawyer. I'm a licensed attorney. People forget that. I'm a lawyer, constitutional law scholar. This is not my first rodeo. This case is bizarre. Nothing about this lawsuit makes any sense. So a man who's connected to Comey and Mueller filed a brief saying that this should not be made public because he could be embarrassed. Right? This is honest to God truth. If you're a lawyer, any lawyers watching this, if you're a lawyer watching this, is this very weird? Is this very weird? Yes or no? A man filed a brief with a lawyer who worked for Comey and Mueller saying you can't unseal the documents involving Jeffrey Epstein because the documents might embarrass me. That's not how this works. No, it's literally when people say things to you and you're a lawyer, if it's a really good argument, you refute the argument point by point. Sometimes you just go, that's just not how it works. You can't do this. You can't just come in and say, I'm filing a brief. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to tell you who I am. You need to keep the records sealed because it'll embarrass me. No, that's it. No, that is not how this works. The end. So the fact that they brought in a lawyer who worked for Mueller and Comey indicates this is a very high-level person. This machine is grinding gears. This is weird, friends. This is beyond weird. That's what I'm telling you. I've been thinking about how to talk about it, how to write about it in a way that's authentic, and you can't really describe it because this is not the way the legal system works. This is not how the law works. You don't get to file a brief and say, I'm a John Doe. I'm named in the lawsuit, but I'm not going to tell you who I am. And you need to keep the records sealed because they might embarrass me. You need to keep public records hidden in a vault because they might embarrass me and I'm a John Doe. So what, bro? That's not how it works. A lot of people are speculating as to who it could be. The two best guesses are Bill Clinton or Prince Andrew. And I think it's Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew was connected. He would party with Epstein. This is very well known, by the way, that Prince Andrew was connected to Epstein and they partied together. This is widely written about in the UK press. And given the prominence and preeminence of the firm, I think it's Prince Andrew, but it probably could be Bill Clinton too. So it's either Bill Clinton or Prince Andrew. That's where I'm putting my bets. Because only royalty, and Bill Clinton is as good as royalty, only royalty would think that you could hire a $1,000 an hour law firm, file a John Doe brief, and tell the court that you have to seal this because it might embarrass me, but I'm not going to tell you who I am or why it would embarrass me. That's unlawful, basically. This is not ethical. If I had a bigger budget, I'd file sanctions against the lawyers who filed this brief. This is an inappropriate brief. It never should have been filed. I hope that the court rejects it. Yeah, so this is not some random John Doe who filed this brief. This is a very, very high-level person. I think it's Prince Andrew, but it could be Bill Clinton. But I would say it's either Bill Clinton or Prince Andrew. That's what I would wager. It's not just some random guy. It's either Bill Clinton. It's either Bill Clinton or Prince Andrew. What a world. What a world that Mike Cernovich is in a lawsuit involving the Miami Herald and maybe Prince Andrew and Bill Clinton. So we're a world, friends. Anyway, so that's the latest with the Jeffrey Epstein thing. I'm gonna want to let you know that it's very strange. This is not my most coherent podcast because generally when I do a video stream on the news, I can tell you what is happening. But this one is flabbergasting. This one does not make any sense. Some rich guy, maybe a member of the British royal family, filed a brief saying you have to keep these records involving the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein sealed because it might embarrass me, but I'm not going to tell you who I am. You can't do that, right? It's like a cognitive dissonance. What? You can't do that. That's not how the law works. It would be like waving a magic wand. Your Honor, you may not release the records because I am Harry Potter. And I'm telling you right now, you may not release the records. Harry Potter told me. That is how insane this amicus brief filed by the former lawyer to Comey and Mueller is. So what does it mean? Things that make you go, I feel like we're in an episode of True Detective. I don't really know what to make of all this. Nobody does at this point. But the case should be over. We should have the records. It looks like now it's only going to get more interesting. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike Cernovich, CERNOVICH.com.